Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are at CES 2025. You're going to be able to check out some really cool concepts as well as really cool PCs that Lenovo is releasing in 2025 for us to be able to not only enjoy content creation, content consumption, but new approaches to multiple form factors that we never thought possible, even bringing in some of their concepts to real life. This is TK and I'm here at CES 2025. Let's check out what Lenovo got for us. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel, and of course more content from CES 2025. One of the more unique ThinkBooks that we've seen in the past was a rollable display. This is something that Lenovo has been championing. We've seen it at IFA, we've seen it at CES in the past, but they've always been in a prototype or proof of concept type of solution. Well, this year in CES 2025, they're launching the brand new ThinkBook Plus Gen 6. Now this is going to be an Intel 4 Ultra 7 powered PC, Windows 11 Pro, of course. No touch configuration here, but it has one unique feature that I feel a lot of us are going to appreciate. First and foremost, you can definitely see here, it's a 14-inch display when it opens up. So basically very nice, just a standard laptop. And it does almost pass. Let's go ahead and open it up. And we're going to put it slightly off axis here, and then we're going to push this magic little button. Now this gives us the ability of expanding this device from a 14-inch to basically a 16.7-inch display. Now it is vertical, obviously, so it's going to be one of the better functional options for scrolling sites, working on spreadsheets, a lot of functional options, and all of this actually expands and minimizes when you need it. There's some functional options in here using gestures, as I'm showing you guys right now, but other than that, you can also press the button one more time and the display closes. It's very, very nice. Very good configuration, portable and expandable, and you don't have to worry about having an additional display mounted on anything. It's literally built in, and when you're done, close it, and it actually takes no more than a standard 14-inch laptop will.
Okay, so we're here at CES and we are with Xreal. We're looking at the Xreal 1. This one is the Xreal 1 with Bose sound system here. We could definitely see the main first generation. We already covered this one. And of course, now we have seen, what we're seeing now is the Xreal 1 Pro. Big difference between the two is the optics also are one of the biggest difference. We have bird bath optics in here. And the Xreal 1, well, the Pro side, you could see the biggest difference. Bigger field of view, better optics, still supported by Bose surround system. And we also have a camera attachment in here that is also supported by the One model. But this one allows us to actually take pictures. Also, the ability of recording video is going to be compatible on both. The camera is actually a removable, detachable option that you're able to move from one system to the other. It has 2 gigabytes of storage built in. You're able recording up to 60 frames per second. You can take a picture or a video, and you can easily transfer it to the device connected to it over USB-C. As I'm showing you guys with that quick demo in there, it's simple. It transfers it to a DCIM folder, and it has a dedicated Xreal folder for your content. Much easier, very simple, and customizable. So literally all of the Xreal 1 benefits with obviously more professional, lighter frame, smaller configuration because of the new optics that we have in here coming into the Pro. And again, if you don't want the camera, you can remove it and use it without it because that's how it's supposed to be. My hope is that you found this helpful. And again, thanks to Xreal for helping us cover CES 2025.
We're taking a look at the YogaBook 9i. This is an updated design for 2025. Of course, this is very similar to what we've seen in the past. It's a slim design where you notice that the keyboard is sitting outside, similar to what we had before. It's magnetically, so you can actually put it on there. This is the nice stand that comes with it. It's pretty much ergonomic, very thin. Now all we do is take out the keyboard, put it on the table in here, and of course open up both the displays, because yes, this actually features both displays. We're going to mount it, put it in directly on its actual stand, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up. You'll notice both of them open up, and of course at the end when I connect the keyboard magnetically, now we're actually looking at the entire PC. Dual display functionalities, a lot of shortcut options that we also have in here. The ability of snapping windows. Let's go ahead and throw it down here, throw it to the top. You can grab it and then throw it back there, and it works perfectly. You can do 3 fingers to be able to bring up a virtual touchpad, 5 fingers to be able to actually, let me see here. If I put my hand, as you see there, it disabled the bottom display, and now we're using a single display. To bring it back, all I have to do is just knock, knock. You notice the display goes back, and now we have access to the entire system. Very nice, very functional. Again, slim design, dual display, very functional, and of course, you could use it with some of the other accessories by Lenovo. Next, we're going to take a look at the ThinkPad X9. Now, there's 2 variations of this. There's the X9 14 and the X9 15. Both Aura Edition, which means built-in with Lenovo AI, as well as, of course, Windows 11 and Copilot functionalities. The beautiful thing about them is both are going to be powered by an Intel Core 7 processor, and of course, different configuration with VP Pro, Pro Edition. Again, this is intended to be more for business consumers, but it is also a new approach to the way we think of a ThinkPad. As you notice, there is a no button in here, so that the thumb joystick essentially that we've come to love from ThinkPad is changing, and that's one of the new design changes that they've done here. First and foremost, we still have that one finger opening, very, very nice. Spacebar, very, very good. And of course, as we always have, touch configuration. But one of the nice things they've also done on this here is the change of the approach on the bottom. We have nice ridges on the back for nice configuration, but also the exhaust fans to be able to get the full potential of the Intel processors that we have in here. Full I/O built into the side, as business consumers always have looked at that. And of course, last but not least, I/O is on the other side. Speakers, of course, Dolby Atmos, really nice. 2 microphones, very good cameras, of course, as well. Very good configurable systems. Again, a 14-inch model as well as a 15-inch model for 2025. The next couple of PCs we're going to take a look at here are actually very interesting. One of the first PCs coming out in 2025 with Snapdragon X Plus as a processor. You'll see it right there. This is the ThinkCenter. This is the more business-centric ThinkCenter, as we've seen from Lenovo in the past, and then we have the Lenovo Idea Center. Basically, for the most part, similar experiences, but business to consumer. Biggest configuration that we're also going to talk about, the fact is, again, both powered by Snapdragon X Plus, featuring Copilot. We have an Adreno graphics processor there, 32 gigs of RAM, of course 1 terabyte or up to 1 terabyte of storage in there, Wi-Fi 7, 150 watt configuration, as well as the ability of actually using full versions of Windows on ARM. And again, the footprint on these things are minuscule by comparison to some of these desktops in there. So great for a personal PC as well as a business solution at a center. Of course, when we're talking about I/O, we cannot forget the fact that these need to have a lot of them because, again, they're intended to be more stationary. So you'll see here, even on the consumer side, we have a full-size Ethernet port, HDMI, display port options in the back, as well as a power connector cable. And of course, on the business center, some more business-centric configurations, but for the most part, very similar on both ends. Different designs, different consumers, but at the end, the same experience, thinking with Windows on ARM, again, with the Snapdragon X Plus. Now we're going to take a look at a couple of tablets running Android from Lenovo. We have the Lenovo IdeaPad Pro running the MediaTek Dimensity 8300, and we also have the Lenovo Yoga Tab Plus. Both, this one's running the 8 Gen 3, again, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of storage, a lot of good configurations. But what I really like of the fact is we also have Gemini installed, we have Circle to Search built into both of these. So we actually now have all the functionalities that we like to use on our devices. And of course, the Plus here, the Tab Plus, also features a very nice pen that connects to it via Bluetooth. You're able to connect it, charge it, as well as use the actual device, configure it, the entertainment hub that we have in here. And of course, bring up the keyboard, close it up. Last but not least, when you're done, just put it straight up at the top of the actual tablet and it runs perfectly nice. The keyboards for both of them are detachable. Of course, you can use them in tablet mode by themselves, but it is definitely a very nice accessory. Features a nice little built-in kickstand for the back, very nice material, rear cameras on both of these. Of course, last but not least is again, the pen that we have here has a nice little holder where we don't have it there. It just magnetically connects to the Tab Plus. Nice options, again, running Android, running the latest version of Android, of course, will be launching in 2025. One of the other laptops that they're showcasing for us here is the brand new IdeaPad Pro 5i. Now, this is a 16-inch laptop powered by an Intel Core 9H series processor running Windows 11. No touch configuration. We definitely have a nice touchpad, full-size keyboard, a number pad on the side. This is one of the nice things with the IdeaPad. And what I really love about it, of course, as well, is full-size ports on the side. HDMI, USB-C, headphone jack on the left side. And of course, on the right side, we also have access to an SD card reader and, of course, 2 additional USB-A ports. No issues, no shortage of I/O on this, and of course, functionalities powered by Intel. And of course, very nice configuration, front-facing camera, dual microphone, stereo speakers, as you can imagine. Of course, very nice and very thin design, even though this is technically a large 16-inch laptop that features everything that you need. Again, if you need a laptop with a full-size keyboard and of course a number pad on the side, the IdeaPad for 2025, the 5i model is definitely going to be the one for you. Now, one of the cool things that they've also shown us here is this new keyboard that actually is not a concept. This is going to be something that you'll be able to pick up. That actually is a wireless rechargeable keyboard that uses ambient light using the sensor that we have at the top here to be able to charge up the battery for this keyboard, meaning you'll never actually have to do anything. As long as there's some light in the room that you're using, either be it from your light directly from the ceiling or even from the PC, in theory, this should be able to work and give you all the functional options that you'd like. And of course, not ever need batteries on the bottom, because That's something that we don't always want to do, but definitely appreciate the fact a wireless keyboard that takes care of itself. So we've looked at the PCs, we've looked at their tablets. Now let's talk about gaming. We're in the Legion section. We've seen the Legion Go before. There's actually a few updates to the Legion Go series, namely a new S model, a new specifically S model designed to not only bring down the price, but also provide us a little bit more, basically different flavors of the Legion gaming system that we haven't seen before. Both of them are going to be available at roughly, or starting at about $599. That's going to be for the SteamOS version, going over to even a little bit more when you go into the Windows side with the configuration starting from 16 gigabytes of RAM and of course 512 gigs of internal storage all the way up to 512 and 1 terabyte. But, or 60, up to 32 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte. The biggest difference is SteamOS and, of course, Windows, distinctively colored to be specifically that way. Also, we noticed that the controllers are non-removable. That's one of the other configuration difference. And the SteamOS is going to be launching a little bit later on. Initially, it's going to be the Windows version releasing in January, to my understanding. And for the most part, the best way to describe it is if you've loved the Steam Deck, if you've loved what Steam Deck OLED offers and what Steam Deck's been offering us for some time, there's some new options in here providing us not only better hardware, but also updated hardware that actually should be able to support even better gaming on them. One thing to mention though, the controllers or the actual joysticks are not removable. This is a single piece. There is no kickstand in the back. That's one of the other options. We still have 2 USB-C ports that give us the ability of using video out. One of the other things that they launched here is the Legion glasses. Those are also available. They're going to be launching actually shortly after the Legion Go S window is going to be available. The biggest difference there is you're able to plug it in directly into your Legion Go S, Windows or Steam Deck. You can even actually check out the brand new Legion Go 2. We're going to check out that prototype in a second. But you can also connect them to a PC or any smartphone that supports video output over USB-C. And that's one of the nice things. They come in a nice little case, obviously the cable that connects them there, and you can protect them when you're not using them. And surprisingly, to me at least, they look like aviator glasses from Top Gun. For some reason, if you're a fan of that show, you're gonna love the way they look. And they do also offer options to be able to include prescriptions if you do need to wear a prescription. But typically they're intended to be more type of portable monitor type glasses. But as far as the configuration that we have in here, one of the other things that is a little bit different is we have RGB coloring around the joystick. That's going to be also a little bit different than what we've seen with Steam Deck systems in the past. That's going to be natively built into this. Conversely, of course, the SteamOS will support desktop mode. If you've loved that, it's going to be coming in there. I know I'm kind of like switching them back and forth. There is going to be only one color for the SteamOS color. That's going to be the one available here. And a white one will be the one available for Windows. So W for white for Windows. And I'm not sure if S is short for Steam Deck for I'm just mixing it up, but short answer is it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of configuration, better affordable pricing, and new form factor from Lenovo, providing us better gaming. But let's go ahead and switch over to that prototype available, this Legion Go 2. Now to probably the most anticipated, or at least my personal highly anticipated piece of hardware that I wanted to get my hands on. Unfortunately, there is no functional version. This is a prototype. It's going to be launching much later in the year, obviously not around the Legion Go S series release, but this is the successor to the highly successful Legion Go from 2024. What you're getting here essentially is the Legion Go 2. It's an 8.8-inch display that is OLED. It's going to also support 144 hertz. A couple of upgraded configurations that we have in there, as well as a 74-hour watt-hour battery. So that's an upgraded configuration as well on the power providing us here. Air intake is going to be from the back. Air output is going to be coming up from the top side. We have a power button. Still have SD card support. Also, conversely, forgot to mention, both the Legion Go S, Windows, and Steam Deck will support the SD card. And if you have a Steam Deck and you're deciding to upgrade to the Legion Go S SteamOS operating version, you can pop that SIM card, the SD card straight into the system, and it'll support it right away because it's running the exact same software. But switching it back here, we have the kickstand that we've come to love and appreciate on here. We also have the detachable hands so that we're also able to use it on the table, and of course using FPS mode that I love playing with this. That's still going to be supported in there, but again augmented. One of the biggest things that they've done here is they've done a little bit of configuration or changes on the handles to make them a little bit better rounded, better material, less prone to fingerprints. So you're definitely going to be appreciating it there. It is a little bit heavier. It's about 100 grams heavier from what I've been told, but I couldn't tell the difference because I don't have my Legion Go with me. So I'm taking it based on information here. It is more powerful. It has also 32 gigabytes of RAM, basically as a base form, and you're able to go all the way up there. The processor in here, I'm just going to read this off, is the Ryzen 2 2 running in or clocked in at 3.3 gigahertz, Z2 specifically, running Windows 11, up to 1 terabyte of RAM, and it's an 8.8-inch WXGA 1920 by 1200 up to 144 hertz display. Maximum peak brightness of 500 nits, and of course 97% sRGB DCI-P3 OLED touch display, of course, since we've seen that before. I'm looking forward to seeing more, learning more about what we get with the Legion Go 2. But from what it does and what it feels like, this is very much in line in, if you've loved the first generation, you're going to love the way this one is done. You won't really feel the weight too much, but this is intended to be a lot more powerful than the Legion Go S that we get in here with Windows 11. Again, very similar aesthetics, but a lot more functional, more customizable experiences. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit more expensive as well, as we've seen with the original version. Very much excited to see all the cool things that are coming here from 2025, well, from Lenovo in 2025. There's a lot more options here as far as Legion Go gaming PCs, as well as desktop PCs as well, pre-configured, pre-built PCs that are going to be available. I'll make sure to give you guys links to everything in the description below. Let me know, what do you guys think of Lenovo's announcements in 2025? Right now, between the rollable or the expandable PC that we saw at the beginning of the video, which you're able to go from a 14-inch to a 16-inch display, going to a yoga book that allows you to have 2 displays at the same time, multitasking, going over to the Legion series, and of course, seeing the brand new Legion Go S series being announced, both in Windows and SteamOS functionalities, the Legion glasses, the gaming laptop, as well, again, as hopefully more information soon about the Legion Go 2. I'm really very excited to everything that we've been doing here and what we've learned from Lenovo. Thank you very much for everybody. Like and subscribe as usual. And of course, thank you to Lenovo for allowing me to check out all of this stuff a little bit ahead of CES 2025. More to come on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.